Hello, I'm here to inform you about the company Nike and how it got its start. By the end of my speech, the audience will have a better understanding about how Nike originated. When you think of Nike, most people think Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, top athletes like that. They don't think about guys like Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight. But without these two, Nike may have never existed. For instance, did you know one of the first pair of track shoes were actually developed using waffle irons? And that was done by Bill Bowerman, who was a University of Oregon track coach. And he used to take his wife's waffle irons and make the soles of the shoes. Many people don't know that or other things about how Nike got its start. As a runner in high school, I can honestly say the big reason I chose to wear Nikes in my races was because of a runner named Steve Prefontaine. He was a runner at the University of Oregon, and at the time, in the late 60s and early 70s, he was known as the greatest American distance runner. He also ran under Bill Bowerman, and he was one of the first endorsers, and he was also the first top track athlete to actually wear Nikes in his races. Uh, Bill Bowerman and Knight didn't originally call the company Nike. They actually started the company as Blue Ribbon Sports. And I would like to begin by explaining how Blue Ribbon Sports got its start. And it originally started in 1957. Bill Bowerman was the head track coach at the University of Oregon, and Phil Knight was one of his runners. That's how they met. That's how their relationship started. After his time at the University of Oregon, Knight actually was in business school at the University of Stanford, and one of his assignments was to develop a business and marketing plan, which he chose to do about a Japanese running shoe. And he decided, and he came up with a plan to market and sell in the United States at high profit margin. The third step that led to the origins of Blue Ribbon Sports Company is in 1963. Knight actually visited the Onisaka Tiger Company in Japan. And at the time, while he was there, he actually talked himself in to a distribution contract with this company. And when the executives and higher ups actually asked him, "Who do you work for?" he just kind of blurted out Blue Ribbon Sports. And in essence, that's how the company got its name and how it got its start. 1964, Knight and Bowerman actually both invested $500 to start the company. And from there, it just kind of took off. After they came up with the Blue Ribbon Sports, they actually hired a guy named Jeff Johnson. And Jeff Johnson was considered the first employee of Blue Ribbon Sports. He was actually marketing, selling, doing the paperwork, all the dirty work done for Blue Ribbon Sports was actually done by Jeff Johnson. He actually sold the shoes out the back of his vehicle. And at the time, he actually hired a lady named Carolyn Davidson, who was a student at Florida State University, to come up with the swoosh logo. She actually only charged $38 at the time, which is pretty impressive if you think about it. Who knew the company would grow to be what it is today? Or else she probably would have charged a little bit more. A year after the swoosh symbol was actually named the logo of Nike and Blue Ribbon Sports, the partnership with Blue Ribbon Sports and Onisaka Tiger Company actually ended. It was over a contract dispute, and they just decided to go their separate ways. And Bowerman and Knight took this as an opportunity to do what they always wanted to do, which was develop and sell and market athletic shoes in the United States. This is where Bowerman started producing the shoes with the waffle iron. The first big endorser of Nike was Romanian tennis idol Ilie Natasi. Followed by her was Steve Prefontaine, who was the first top track athlete to actually endorse the company. In 1978, Blue Ribbon Sports officially changed its name from Blue Ribbon Sports to Nike, and then they hired John McEnroe, top tennis star at the time, to endorse Nike, and the rest is pretty much history. In the end, when it was started as a partnership between runner and coach, who both invested $500, it actually turned out to be one of the most valuable and well-known brands in the world. Without guys like Prefontaine, Bill Bowerman, Phil Knight, Carolyn Davidson, Jeff Johnson, John McEnroe, Ilie Natasi, the symbol Nike and the company Nike, as we know it today, may never existed. But if you think about it, it's actually pretty amazing that a company that was started with $1,000 has actually turned into a company that is valued at $65.87 billion according to Forbes. It's a pretty amazing statistic.